Hey all you gearheads, welcome back to Quayzar's Customs. I am Hurst Quayzar. We're back into Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Today we've got a kind of a special treat over here. Today we're going to be rebuilding this classic Corvette. Looks like about a 57 Corvette. But before we do, I just wanted to show off this beauty right here. This is a twin mill by Gollywog. This thing is absolutely beautiful, and you talk about some detail in this puppy. Let's take a seat. Man, I mean, look at this. This is just phenomenal. Excellent detail. It was a cool car to build. I actually found this car in the junkyard, and believe it or not, I have had this car. This Hot Wheels twin mill. I've had it for, man, since I think Gollywog put it on the workshop. It's been a while. I think he posted. I don't know when the workshop came out, but I mean, I looked back at his comments, and I mean, this is dated back until November of 2017. So I've had this in my files forever, and I had just found it. Now you can look at the hours that I've put into this game, and I'm believing I'm a little over 600 hours now, or 500 hours, something like that. And I tell you what, it was the first time I found it. So before we do anything with the Corvette over here, we're going to make some room in my parking. I'm going to put it on level 7. Level 7 is where I also have the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker and some of my what I consider supercars. Alright, finally in the garage, and I need to remove one of these cars. What do we have here? The Resto mod. This is by Fully Sick, and I believe I actually have one of these. 146. I believe I have one of these with the lower miles on it. Okay, so just to be an OCD kind of guy, all the cars that I like, that I collect and I rebuild, I always look for mileage under 150,000. Each one that I get that's under 150,000, even if it's lower, I replace it in my garage. So I believe I had this one. I found another one that had 127,000 miles on it, and I pulled it and I rebuilt it. So what I'm going to do with this one, so I can make room, is move that to the garage. Now just a quick view. Got the Corvettes, or the 4GT Corvette. Oh, what is this? The McLaren 570S. Got the Camaro Raid that I have not built yet. Dodge Coronet Supercharged that I have not built yet. Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. Loving this car too. Got a Porsche. Lamborghini. And this Pagani I've actually picked up at an auction for, believe it or not, I got it for 225,000. So I got a really good deal on this. I could have turned a profit on this. Got really lucky on this one. This needs to be rebuilt. Here's our 4GT that we took out on a track in one of the other videos. And then we have another Lamborghini over here. So I have a pretty good collection of what I consider supercars. I've moved the 57 Chevy Nomad into the garage, and let's go back in there and sell it. Alright, so my poor 57 Chevy. Sorry, sir. Fully Sick, I already have another one in my garage. You are sold. Alright, then we're going to take, go in and move my twin mill into the parking area. Let's go make sure it's in the parking area where I think it should be. Parking level 7, Hot Wheels twin mill. Alright, so we are golden. Now we can get to work on this Corvette. Like I said, this thing is in horrible shape. Got it in the junkyard just the other day. Been playing with that twin mill for a couple of days now. And let's just get started on this. Not sure if I'm fond of these wire wheels that came with it. There has been nothing done to it. I am strictly taking this thing apart and rebuilding it as it is. I may go with a slightly larger rim diameter on it. I'll have to see what they have on here. Get rid of that. Now everybody plays this game just a little bit differently. I am sure people rebuild the engine first, or they do the body first. I'm always a suspension guy first. I always get the suspension all taken care of, get the wheels on it, make sure I've got a good stance on it, and then from there, last thing I do is the engine. I mean, I don't know, it's just the way I've done things. Drive shafts out of here. Go to the other wheel. Take a look at these wheels a little bit later and see what we got here. I think they're probably 14 or 15-inch wheels. I'm thinking 16-inch wheels. What do you think? These, let's see what we can repair off these, and we'll go from here. This is going to be one long video because I'm going to do the entire car in this video as quickly as I can and as painlessly as I can. I've done enough of these suspensions and these engines that I think I can get through this pretty quickly. Alright, I got everything? I believe so. Alright, first things first, let's kind of separate these wheels. Oh, they're already 16-inch wheels, so what do I want to do? I think I'm going to want to go with a 17-inch wheel. So that's a Rim Retro 12. I'm not going to dismantle those. But what I'm going to do is go through and repair everything I can for the suspension. Hopefully I get enough of these parts. Oh, there's a couple there that didn't make it through the repair process. That's not good. Alright, so what do we have here? We're going to go brakes first, and I always go by name, so I know what I have to work with here. So I need a couple of brake drums. Go in here, run the brakes, myself a couple of drums, and then I'm out. I always go back into my inventory and sell off all the old parts that I don't need. Now we got the suspension. We're going to need a plate, a couple of shock Bs, small rubber bushings, one drive axle. Hey, that's not really bad. Plate. Alright, that kind of worked out for me. So let's get ourselves a plate, a couple of rear shocks, solid drive axle. Man, that was actually kind of easy. That's probably one of the easiest ones I've seen. Yeah, you know what? I didn't get my small rubber bushings. Huh. Alright, well I have to get a couple other things anyway. I need 4 of the small rubber bushings. I go into the engine and pick up a fuel tank. And let's put a better fuel pump on it. We'll go in the power boost shop and let's get the extra heavy duty fuel pump. What do you say? Alright, so I believe I have all the parts I need to start putting this puppy back together. So we got our fuel tank. Let's make sure we can get our, can't see it in there very good. Okay, get our fuel pump in. It's going wrong pretty good. Jocks, spring. And when it comes to suspension, I always take care of the bushings, because as soon as you put something in, I mean those are always something I miss. I don't know about you guys, but I always miss those things. Hopefully I'll be adding to my channel in maybe a week or so. About some Star Wars Galaxies for you Star Wars fans out there. Come across a website called Star Wars Galaxies Legends. So I am thinking we're going to start a series Going from ground zero, building a character, and playing around with it. The Legends server, from what I understand, is a new game enhancement server for Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies came out by Sony several years ago. I want to say 2002 possibly. And when it came out, it was actually a pretty big hit, and they did some changes to the game and tried to enhance it a little bit, and then they kind of messed up with what they called the new game enhancement. When they came out with that, you'd automatically be a Jedi. Not really my cup of tea, but I played it for a while, and just wasn't just. I played it till the end. Sony finally pulled it off because all the subscriber base just wasn't there. So they pulled it. Well, here recently they've gotten some servers out there that are up and running right now, and if you're interested in Star Wars Galaxies, look that up. Legends, or right now I'm on Star Wars Galaxies emulator. Okay, so what rim did I have on there? 12 or 13? Oh, my memory. 12. Okay. So I wasn't sure if I want to put the rims on here, but I'm going to. I'm going to go 2, and because they were already 16s, I'm going to throw a set of 17s on the back. I'm not fond of the white walls on these, so I am going to go with a race tire B. I am hoping this rear end can complement a 305 width. We'll give her a 45 profile. What do you think? Be a low profile, so we'll update the stance on it a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. The wire wheels are okay. I'm just not sure about that black cover. What? I don't know. I don't like it. You can always change it later. For those of you who don't know what this game is and where to find it, you can find it on Steam. It's a decent game. I enjoy playing around with it. And it doesn't look like a very low profile for a 45. Biggest thing is, will it withstand the width of a 305? Take a look real quick. What are those? Those are 205s. Oh my. So we are really putting some beef underneath the rear end of this. Let's see what it looks like here. Okay. Yeah, not too bad, I don't think. I want to stick with the 17s and the 305s. It's a good choice. Alright, so now that's done, I'm going to head to the front. I probably should have separated those wheels and tried to repair these rims because they're both 16s probably. I'll see what this size is. Maybe it's a 15 on the front, 16 on the back. Excuse me. Oh, in any case, I am going to go with a 17 on the back and a 16 on the front. I got my bushings. Alright, let's jump on over to the other side. Oof, man, this thing's rusty. Good thing I'm wearing a dust mask. I'm a little too quick for the mouse, I guess, for the game. But yeah, I randomly take this thing apart. I really have no rhyme or reason. I just start tearing the things apart. A lot of front end pieces just have to be replaced. They can't get repaired, like these outer tie rod ends, the inner tie rod ends. Sometimes I get lucky with the steering rack, sometimes not. Bushings are always replaced, as you can tell. There we go, front sway bar B. Oops, kind of messed that up there. Oh, where am I? Go ahead and take that off. Alright, and the steering knuckle. Alright, front end has been disassembled. Let's separate a couple of these wheels. 16-inch. Maybe we can salvage a couple of these rims and not have to buy new ones. You know what? I might just get lucky. These are in pretty good shape. Only about 25%. When it reaches about 15%, you just can't repair them. You can try, but it fails. Alright. Now that I've done that, let's see what we can get repaired here. Hearing a lot of badness. Okay, again, I go with the brakes. We need a cylinder, some ventilated discs, and some pads. So, jump on in here. I need a cylinder, a couple of ventilated discs, a couple of brake pads. Alright. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. You or you. Alright, how bad's my suspension? Sway bar I'm going to need. Inner and outer tie rod ends, bushings, B-links. Ooh, both the upper control arms are in bad shape. Steering rack, got lucky on the steering rack. Alright. So we need a front sway bar B. We need through the inners, through the outers. Oh, I am going to need the shocks, so a couple of those, a couple of those, a couple of those. What else did I need here? I needed a couple of the upper control arms. Rubber bushings. For this type of front end, I need 12 bushings total. Front sway link B. Bearings are always replaced. The wheel caps are always replaced. Okay, let's do some magic here. Let's put together some springs, and I need to get a set of tires. Race tire B, 16 with go to 265. We'll stick with the 45 there. Need 2 of those, please. Thank you. Alright. Because it's a smaller diameter tire, it's going to be a smaller width on here, or a smaller height on the tire, so that works out. Thank you for that. Alright. Off with you. On. Sitting here twiddling my thumbs, getting paid by the hour, balancing tires. Alright, I think I got everything I need. While we're waiting on this, I'll go into the inventory and delete the parts I'm not going to need here. got to delete the small ones, which I don't need. Don't need the tires. Bad bushings. Lever control arms. Or the wheel caps. Alright, I should be golden. I have nothing but new parts in my inventory. And here we go. Alright, always with the cross member and the bushings first. Bearing rack. Sway bar. Inner tie rod end. I can't reach that bushing. There we go. Back up a little bit here. There we go. Now, if any of you have actually in real life tried to take these off, trust me, they are a pain. You have to ram a fork in there. This big metal fork and a sledgehammer. Try to separate them, and it's just, I'll tell you what, it is a pain. Especially on some of these older, on the old cars when you're trying to refurbish them. I mean, they're knuckle busters. Really, they are. Alright, so this is coming together pretty quickly. Flying through this thing. Alright. Cap. Wheel. Alright. Up on the other side. Don't forget them bushing, guys. Don't forget those bushings. Believe me, they will get you every time. That and putting oil in the engine after you have it rebuilt. That's gotten me a couple of times. Just totally forgot it. Tried to go to the dyno and hey, you don't have oil in your engine. Alright, that's just about it for that. Suspension is just about done. Front wheel bearings are always fun to replace as well. Get those needle bearings in there, and if you don't get the grease into the needle bearings just right, you will wipe those bearings out quick as heck. Gotta be careful with those guys. Alright. So, let's drop this down. Let's take a look to see how my stance is. Got a little bit of a rake to her, yeah. The 17's on the back. I'm thinking I'm in pretty good shape here. Alright, well, I have it on the ground. Didn't mean to sit in it. Let's get rid of some of the interior pieces. Oops. One. Let's take this over to one. Except the interior. Why, yes, I'd like to have it new. And the body. Why, yes, I'd like to have the Corvette painted. Haha, look at that. Looking pretty good so far. Okay, body pieces. Let's remove the bumper here. Oh, the body pieces are bad shape. Door. Let's see if I can repair the door. Hey, looks like we were able to do that. And the bumper. Nice. Okay. We have all that taken care of. Let's get the interior fixed up here. What kind of seats do we have for this? Excuse me while I move all this junk from my inventory. Alright. Bowen and roulette. So let's go into the interior shop. Let's find some Bowen bucket seats. somewhere down here, right? It's the bandits. Roll that. 2 of those and You know, it was a roulette wheel, but I don't know if I want that or not. The Bowen or no, it was a Bowen wheel. Sure, we'll put the Bowen wheel back in it. Why not? All right, interior's done. Need to do trunk, taillights, passenger door. Let's take the windshield out. See if I can repair some of this stuff. Okay. I was able to repair some of it anyway. Alright, so I'm going to need headlights, hood, passenger door, the community car part, Corvette. Because I have different Corvettes in here, I have to come in and look. Okay, so I need that door. I need headlights, taillights, front windshield, hood, mirror, and trunk. That's all I need. Got mirror on this side, right? Yeah. Trunk. Taillights. I love these cars. I love the taillights on these. I don't know what it is about these taillights, but I really like them. Alright. Let's pop the hood on this puppy. Now for some detailing out here. Take the battery out. Brake servo. Radiator. Let's go over here, see if I can... Whoa! That wasn't good. I know the radiator is going to be bad, so I might as well just go get a radiator. Radiator C. We'll swap my batteries. Always have one ready to go. So, enough. Alright. Got it pretty much good to go here. I'm going to lift it up, take transmission out, and yank the engine. The engine out of the car, let's put her on the stand. Yes, please. And thank you. Alright. Now, time for the disassembly. Tear this thing down. I am thinking we might do a little bit of an enhancement with this with some performance parts because, I mean, come on. It is a Corvette, right? Needs to have some power. Oh, what's over here? Oh, one lousy push rod. Come across that a lot lately. Okay. Pistons. None of these pistons have conrods on them, or conrod caps. All this. Alright. You guys okay? Yeah, looks like it. Oh, we got one that's still connected underneath. Alright. Let's rotate this puppy around. Which is fine by me because I have to turn around anyway. Now, crankshaft out, engine block off. Alright, let's repair some pieces. Oh. Did you hear that? Okay. Let's get rid of some of these pieces. I'm not going to use that clutch. Cam gear. Crank is still in good shape. Engine block is horrible. I'm going to use some supercharged or some better heads on it. I'm not using any of that. I'll go ahead just get a whole set of that to have a cover. Okay, so I'm not left with a whole lot of anything worthwhile keeping. Alright, so I need an engine block. V8 overhead. Man, sometimes you just get lucky with this stuff. Just not getting lucky with this. Okay, engine block overhead valve. Alright, let's start at the top. I kind of have a feeling of what I need for the most part, but not everything. Let's go to the performance parts first and get what I need there. I am going to need alternator, camshaft. I'm needing carburetors, I think. Maybe 2? Yeah. Clutch, pressure plate. I'm not sure what exhaust system is on this yet. Need 2 of those heads. Leave these. Where's my exhaust manifolds I need here? 2 of those. Flywheel. Fuel filter. Already got the pump. Coil. Distributor cap. Spark plug wires. Intake manifold 2 carb. I believe I need that, so I'm going to put that on there. Our steering pump. Definitely going to go with the pistons. Going to go full bore on this. Spark plug wires, or spark plugs. Need 8 of those. I believe I'm going to need that. That's it for that. We'll go back into the engine parts and gather up all the pieces that I need. Cam gear, definitely gonna need. Scroll up here real quick, make sure I've got everything I believe I do. Okay, scrolling through here. The cam, carburetor, a couple clip B's. Always forget those. Crankshaft is good. I'm gonna need 3 of these caps. Crankshaft pulley. Got the heads already. Going to need covers. 1 for that. 1 for that. Got the exhaust manifolds already. Fuel filter I got already. Don't need any idlers. Don't need any of that. Got my wires, got my intake. We'll need an oil filter. Doesn't have an oil pan, so I will need an oil pan. Pistons need rings. Got the power steering pump, radiator's already in. We'll need a fan. Rocker arms. Going to need 16 of those. Oops. I believe I need that filter air base and that base? Yeah, I believe so. Serpentine belt. A overhead. B overhead. Spark plugs I got. I will need a starter. We'll need a timing chain. I'm going to need a cover because I don't think that cover made it to the repair process. Push rods, yes sir. 16. Definitely going to need a water pump. Which one do I need? This one. I need a water pump pulley. Anything I missed? I don't know. We shall find out. Now, because my engine block that came out of this car was bad, what I need to do is actually, what I've done in the past is I just set the block in, okay? Then I remove it from the car and put it back on the stand. Now, honestly, right now the beta is going on for engine swaps. I have not been involved in the beta at all. Trying to follow it a little bit on the bugs forum and on the Steam forums for the new update. A lot of people, I believe, are giving it a thumbs up. They think it's a pretty cool idea. Like I said, I have not been in the beta, so I do not know how it works. I'm really curious and interested to see just how it works out. It kind of defeats the purpose of even going into the car editor and swapping your engines and that. To make it easier in game, oh, you know, that's what I forgot. I forgot my rod caps. I knew I forgot something, I just didn't know what it was. You know, no matter how many times I do this, I always forget something. It's called old age, I guess. Get our conrod caps on here. So back to the update, the new beta that's coming out. I'm happy about it. I can't wait to see it hit the game live. But like always, every time there's a huge and major update, there's always glitches with the game. I mean, no matter how much you test it in beta, once it hits the real game, there's always problems with it. So I always have a tendency just to sit and watch to see how people play it, check out all the comments, and make my own opinion. I usually wait for a day or two, but after the update comes out, just to see how things are going to go. You know what I mean? I mean, if they start messing up the game, I don't want to log in and lose any of the vehicles that I've already have. It's just becomes very painful, and I have been extremely lucky with this game not to have too much go wrong with it. Every update, there's always been, you know, something a little glitchy, but nothing that's been detrimental and has made me want to rage quit the game or anything. Okay, let's turn this over so I can get a better look at it. Alright. You know, I wish oh, I didn't get a distributor cap rotor? Man, see, I missed everything. Okay, that's in my performance parts. Really thought I picked that up. Guess I didn't. Alright. As you can tell, every part that I could possibly put on this, the performance area, is going on it. Flywheel, clutch, pressure plate. So how many out there know how to drive a manual transmission car? What? I'm very curious to know how many people out there actually know how to drive a manual transmission car. Drop me a line. Let me know. I've taught my son how to drive it in the Camaro that I own. So I'm pretty happy about that. He's probably been the only one of most of his friends, if not all of his friends, that knows how to drive a manual. Which is pretty cool, actually, in my opinion. So yeah, like I was saying, I was wondering just how many people do know how to drive a stick. I read stories all the time how carjacking was deterred because they jumped in the car to steal it and didn't know how to drive it, got half a block down and had to abandon the car because they couldn't drive it. I have to laugh. I really have to laugh at that. So the car's coming along pretty good. It is red. So what do you think? Should I go red or should I go possibly all black? Yeah, I might go black with it. Go black with the white inserts. I've got the liverie for it, for the white inserts on the for the side panels. I go black with the white. Red and white is always good, and that's pretty much what I'm used to seeing. You know, in any of the car shows, are red Corvettes with the white insert, or they go with a cream color with a white insert. That's always nice. That's always kind of classy, like a butternut yellow. So as I'm putting this together, I'm trying to think through what color I want to paint the car. Black, I think, would look pretty good with all the red parts with the engine compartment. So I think I'm going to go with the black. Butternut yellow is nice too. It's not as harsh, but my favorite color of the Corvettes is the Corvette bronze. Love that color. But to me, with all these red engine parts on it, it's not going to look good. So I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I believe I'm going to go black. Finishing up the final touches on this. Man, I wonder how much this is going to lay down. See here in a few minutes. This is coming together quite nicely. Alright, let's get to the front of the engine here. Got some more things to do here. Belt. I believe they have fan. I believe that's the last piece of this build. Alright. Too shabby. Looking pretty good. Alright. Take it off the crane. Stick it in the car. Get rid of you. Alright, remember, always put oil in it. Alright, Alright, I gotta figure out the exhaust system. Did I have... Yes, I have a decent... I have the transmission and starter. Don't have a drive shaft. So... grab a drive shaft real quick. I think I sold it, didn't I? Yeah, I probably did. I was probably a knucklehead and sold it. Get a little overzealous sometimes to start selling off everything in my parts inventory just because I don't like all the clutter. You know what? There is no exhaust on this. Wow. What are you doing to me, bro? We need some extra parts on this. But actually, if you look, typically on these Corvettes, if you see right there, that was the exhaust. That was the end of the exhaust from these Corvettes. Right coming out of that bumper. Pretty cool, huh? So, maybe I'll have to take it into the car editor sometime and see what I can do with that. Alright, so let's move this car to the paint shop. I'm going to do a couple of versions on this. Let's try to go... I'm going to go all black for right now with a liverie of the white. What do you think? That looks pretty darn cool. Or try and do... see if I can get a yellow. Like a butternut yellow. What's that red piece in there? Did you see that red piece in there? What's that? Butternut yellow. You know what? I thought I was not gonna like the butternut yellow, but I think I do. Ain't it? Alright. Let's take this car and let's take it to the dyno and see what we have. Hello, Mr. Corvette. What was red in there? Part of the car? Huh. Got some red pieces in there. Guess they don't get painted. Alright. Put her on the dyno. So just a couple things I found on this. There is no exhaust. This is an open header car. Crazy. So we may have to do something with that later. And look at that, an 86% gain horsepower, 81% gain in torque. We have pretty much doubled our horsepower. Now if I had an exhaust system on this, oh baby, this puppy would be up there. Alright, so it looks like we've done a full build on this. And here we go. Let's pop the hood on this. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Yeah, that butternut yellow. Oh, nice job on this. Lit. Nice job. Oh, yeah. Alright, so, final touches. I need a set of plates. This thing looks like it needs to be driven in California, to be quite honest with you, so we'll put some California plates on it. We're going to make it custom. Oh man, what can I name this? Vette? Butternut. Just call it butternut. Yes, sir. Butternut. Butternut yellow. Alright. What do we have here? We have everything at 100%. We are golden. It's only a $36,000 car. Really? This is a classic. Well, it does have 185,000 miles on it. So when I do find another one in the garage, in the junkyard with less miles, I will be rebuilding another one. I'm thinking that stance looks pretty good. Car overall is awesome. Thank you, Lit, for this Corvette. This is by far probably my favorite Vette of all time. So that'll be it. This is Hurst Quayzar. Thanks for watching Quayzar's Customs. And always, have fun building your own creations. Get out there, build and customize. This is Hurst Quayzar, and I am out.